Hi guys. So this is Ollie from Sizable Games, and we're going to go through a bunch of RA 38 games today. For those of you who don't know, my entry, Bunny on a Plane, and you can kind of fly around as a bunny and sing songs and shoot balloons and fly through hoops. You can also do stunts. If you haven't played that and you're on Ludum Dare, have a play and have a vote. So this video isn't going to be edited, so it's going to be kind of raw. I'm just kind of going to go through the games and we'll just load them up and go through them. Oh look, here there's some loads of hoops that we're talking about. You can fly through them, isn't that cool? Isn't that great? Okay, so this game, this video is not really supposed to be about Bunny on a Plane, so let's move on to some of the Ludum Dare games. So I've got a few I'm going to go through here. So this is Aliens, I think. And this is by Alienas, yeah, by Scott Woodrup and Aaron Moss. So game's quite simple, but it's really cool, and I really like the art style. So these little guys all fly in, and you can see these little turrets. You can go up to them and repair them, and if they're like downed, they'll not fire. And you need to kind of avoid all of these bullets, so it's in your interest to keep these like topped up. I'm awful at it, by the way, just so you know, but it is really cool. It's kind of cool as you kind of have to run around. You have to put yourself at risk to not be at risk long term. I think it's a little bit too hard at the moment, but obviously it's not, you know, had the time for balancing. And there's always like the be a huge coward approach. Oh my word. Yeah, it's really tough. I'm awful at it, but it's pretty cool, and you know, check that out if you feel the need. It is cool. We're gonna move on to Cosmo Momo now. And let's have a look. So look at this logo, it's really nice. I love it. So the art style on this immediately is really great. Like, a lot of care has been put into that logo. Initially I had a strange way of kind of looking at this, but essentially you're like on a planet. You can see the thing in the background is a planet, and you're kind of moving around it, and you kind of fire things off, and I guess you've made like a little thing, and you kind of avoid things. You avoid the things that you fire, and oh yeah, and then you kind of move on to another one, and like it's quite hard, but you kind of get good. But I'm awful at it. But again, art styles are really charming, very calming and relaxing audio, and just good in general. Good game. So this is another game called this is Empathy Swap by Andy Sargent, and we're gonna have a quick go on this. It's 2-player, so Bark Super Goose, you could say. So there's a few cool things in this that I'm gonna go over very briefly. So each player controls one of these. Yeah, left and right kind of moves your shield. Down kind of can place these little shields, I think they are, and you shoot. And shoot is also like your movement. So if you kind of like end up changing person as you go, and that's kind of like at least like tactical suicides and stuff. There's a few things happening here. Obviously you can shield, you can fire, and that propels you. And you can also kind of propel yourself into these things which give you power. So yeah, there's a lot of different kind of things going on. There's a lot of tactics. I think it's quite deceptively from when you first go into it. You're like, oh, like what's the point if I'm just gonna change characters all the time? But it adds like a layer of depth, I think, to like, again, tactically kind of killing yourself, and then the next empathy swap, you can capitalize on that. So there's a few kind of things you can do. But yeah, find someone else to play with and have a go. I'm currently on my own, so I can't, but it's a really cool game. Oh, I really like the music as well. Like the audio is fantastic. Like, as someone who's only recently started doing more audio stuff for my Game Jam games, I really appreciate it when people go the extra mile for audio. So let's move on to, I think this is called Small Worlds. So this is kind of a simple game, but you're a little ladybug here. You can pick up these other bugs and die because I'm awful at it. So there we go. Yeah, and you're on like a time limit. Oh, I guess you're eating the bugs. You're not really their friend, which is a shame. And then you kind of get into your little house, your ladybug home. But I mean, this game's very simple, but it looks gorgeous. Isn't it nice? Like, they did a really good job. The only thing I guess I would say, it's a shame that the ladybug doesn't have any animation. That would have been really cool. But other than that, it looks great and it's quite atmospheric, and you know, it fits the theme of Small World quite well, I think. So yeah, I mean, I'd like to see more kind of stuff out of this Jam team. And you know, because I think with the team that they've got, they could probably do some really cool stuff. And you know, they've done a really good job on this, and I think, you know, given another attempt at Jam, they could really get it to the next level. You know, get something that's kind of another tier on from this, but really cool game in all. Okay, what's the next? Gravity Wars. Okay, I'm gonna put the quality down because my PC is a scrub. Oh, Gravity Wars. Firstly, isn't this touchscreen gorgeous? Isn't this audio gorgeous? Yeah, so it's very a cappella. We have a little Star Wars intro here with some story. And you know, so, you know, essentially kill low poly dudes with Tesseract bombs. Yeah. So you can do stuff with like trajectories and stuff on this. So everything is kind of like orbits. I'm kind of awful at it though, so now you can see that kind of like, these kind of like go around that, and these squares you kind of like kill them because they're bad. Come on, there we go. So also, like, I really love this this warp, which I believe is it's just modifying some mesh data, and it looks great. Like in general, like this is really well realized, like visually, and I think the gameplay is cool. I feel like given a lot more, you know, just a bit more development time, it could be a lot better. But I think it's like a real like accomplishment that Mike Cobb, who's the guy who made this, can kind of put something out like this in like under 2 days. So I think it's cool. And it's worth looking at, and just like, you know, this is the type of thing you can make in a short amount of time if you put your mind to it. Like, I always end up just killing myself from all of the different bullets kind of going all over the place. And I guess that's cool, like, it goes a bit crazy. But yeah, cool game. Let's move on. So what we got next? We have got... Oh, this one's awkward. Right. I need to load a retro arch for this. This is a Game Boy game, so we're going to play Hives. And Hives is... Hives is a Game Boy game by... I think we've got credits. By Ryan Carson, who's my brother, under the label Refresh Games. He always makes Game Boy games, and it's like really cool. Like, this stuff works on the real hardware. Look how complete it is as well. Like, you've even got like a little guide and a high score thing. I'm gonna go to just play it. Also, you know, little tight screen's really nice. So you're this little bee dude, and you've got like a little sting, and you fire from it, but you fire from your butt. And what you're doing is you're protecting these hives, and you can kind of rebuild them. So if I'm on top of a hive, right, there we go. What are these ducks doing? I love these ducks, by the way. They're so cool. Oh, see, they'll start damaging the hive. If I go up to it, I can use like the other energy bar on the right to heal the energy bar on the left. Like, I'm like rebuilding the hive essentially. So you kind of need to manage, and when you die, like you respawn there. Obviously, like your hives are being attacked while you're not there. So it's kind of a cool little concept, and I like all the different wildlife and stuff in it. It works quite well, and it's quite like you get into it and you're like, oh, it's quite you panic and. It's cool. The way the spiders, like all of the different character movements as well, like, you know, doing that stuff on Game Boy, like, it requires some skill. Like, that hive's gonna die. That's game over. A new high score. Let's see. Yeah, so that game's really cool, and obviously Game Boy game, really cool. Making a Game Boy game. What's next? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. So we're gonna have to kind of blast through these. Okay, so this is Little Bass Planet. That's by Game Popper, I believe. This game's really cool. So you're a little man. You go around shooting dudes on your little planet, and kind of your aim is kind of based on where you are on the planet, and these nukes come and get you. And it's kind of like got a very quick, kind of arcadey play session length. So it's yeah, I mean it's pretty hard, but maybe I should just get good. No, I like it though. I think there's quite a lot of cool stuff happening in this. Oh, it is a little harsh at times, but that's okay. So I mean, it's good that as I say, the movement kind of informs your aiming. That's kind of the interesting thing for me. And for a jam game, it's quite well paced, as in, like, the way the difficulty curves, I guess. Now, like, what happens is, it says escape the planet before self-destruction, and I'm not really sure. Oh, I've got a jump as well. But yeah, I mean, I didn't even know I had a jump. Oh no! Oh, there we go. So it gets harder and harder. But yeah, I mean, it is a cool little game, and it's worth playing. I could see this being developed a bit more. But yeah, like I enjoyed that one. Now we're going to move on to Magnified Malice. Now, Magnified Malice is made by Eli Norton Cox, and I sat next to this guy during the Game Jam fight. So, guy kept me sane. But this game's cool. So you're this and there's a magnifying glass. And what you've got to do is you've got to feed the queen. So you've got these little pincers. If I go up and pick this little strawberry up, I love that they're all made with like Unity primitives as well. Like I like that a lot. So you go. I think I might actually lose, but you know, you drop that in there, and oh, that was close. So that's a big magnifying glass. And if it like goes over the nest fully, then it's game over. So you can like use these little mirrors to kind of stun them for a bit, and you can go and get a leaf. Let's do that. Oh, I like this as well. I like this magnifying glass point of view. So it's quite hard, but I think I'm doing alright. But yeah, it fits the theme quite well, and yeah, it's got a lot of charm. Like a lot of charm. I really like this little man. He's cool as hell. It might be a she, I'm not really sure. Yeah, little flying ants, really cool. So I'm going to feed the queen one more time, and then we can see the queen die. Yeah. So yeah, you burn the ant hill, and yeah, it's game over. The hill's been burnt. That's a bad time if you're an ant. So, yeah, cool game. Let's move on though. So this is, what was it, Prototype Planet. It's very kind of like, I always describe these kinds of games as a bit like, it's like a music video with a video game. It's like bite-sized, very visually kind of appealing. It's like an established game mechanic, but like it's kind of quite poppy in a way. I mean, it's very obviously synthwave if you're into synthwave. Ah, I might actually get off this level. Look how fast he's going. Oh, good grief. Oh, I died. Obviously I'm into the whole VHS kind of aesthetic, I suppose. I mean, part of me does think the kind of synthwave kind of train is kind of on its way out, I suppose, but I still kind of really like it. Like, I just kind of like the colours, really. But yeah, I mean, this is cool. You can kind of get like knocked off the planet as well, like, because these like physics objects. You know what I mean? Oh, where is he? Oh, I died. Yeah, like, really like visually pleasing and VHS-y and synthwavy and really cool. Like, I like it. Good game. We've got what's one is Escape the Islands by Little Red Panda, which is Vicky's company. So have a go. So you're playing as this little adorable little, I don't know what to call her, but I'm gonna say she's like a little weird puppet thing, but she's adorable, and you just interact with things and read like a little book there, and that's cool. And what's here? Like, there's some old comics. I'd be in the comic section. That's okay. So yeah, I looked in the chest and I got a key in the drawers rather. So I'm gonna go. If I try and open the door, the door's locked, so I use the key. And then it's like, oh, this is lovely. Like, it's like this little puppet's like little world. you know. So we can have a look at the flowers and like, oh, aren't these pretty? Yes, they are. They're very pretty. And you know, you get a fishing rod, and then kind of go over this, and you get like, I guess it looks like a note to me, like a coded like a punch card, but I didn't really know what to do with it when I played it earlier. But I enjoyed this. I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, and again, you know, like the art style is like Ricky's got a very nice art style, and I love this character. Really, really cool. So yeah, let's move on. Got two more left, I think. Okay, so this is Me World, and this is like a arena shooter, and you kind of shoot things. And what's cool about this game is your weapon changes like constantly. So like you're always, I mean, it mixes it up a bit. Like, I mean, I like that concept, like weapons changing fast, and I like all of these like little RPG dudes that you're kind of like desecrating. Yeah. So probably should have mentioned. I don't think I noticed this before, but the weapon you've got varies depending on where you are. So, I mean, in the water, you've got like a water gun. You've got kind of ice gun in the ice bit. I don't know how I didn't notice that. But we got these like Dragon Quest kind of dudes that are gonna get wrecked. I'm doing really good though, and we got like a little Mega Man soundtrack as well, which I can appreciate. I think I like the... Which one do I like? I guess I like the desert one the best. It's like reliable, I suppose. Yeah, this one's good as well. Like, it's cool though. I mean, I think this is like, if you want to spend some time with, you know, doing a top-down arena shooter, you can certainly do that here. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna die. Yeah. So yeah, I really like it though. It's very charming. I love the little RPG dudes, and the logo is really good as well. And you say this is like the game world. And I guess we've got one more left. So this is yours by Binary Ferret, and I played a little bit of this earlier, and I think it's really super cool, and I will tell you the reasons why. So you've got like a little planet here, and this is like a tool in a way, like you can make things. So what I did, and like if I go to another bit, the kind of parts that you put down aren't uniform, they're always a bit different, so you can make these kind of interesting little patterns, and I like that you've got these like rivers and edges going through. And as you kind of click on them, it kind of increases in size and height, and the color changes depending on the height. So I'm gonna just kind of little nose, and then I'm gonna give him a little derpy grin. I mean that's basically a face, right? But you can zoom in as well, and that's cool. So this is sculpt mode. Go and use that bit. And what you've also got is you've got place mode, where you can place a little tribe down. They're like, you start off at nothing. Then you give them like little resources, and they'll like pathfind to those resources, and they'll kind of grow. And you kind of zoom in on them. Like, oh, zoomed in too far. But there you go. It's really nice, really charming. Like, I felt like this. Oh, they've got little boats. Look, that's cool. So I really like it. Like, It's very calming, like, and I my planet looks dumb. But yeah, you can kind of just get in and have a go on this and have a bit of fun. And I like the fact that it's almost like a tool or like uh, an artistic kind of thing you can kind of get creative with rather than just like a little game. And it's not something I've done before in LD Jam, so I appreciate that. I think that's cool, and it's something when I make my next um, Ludum Dare game, I'd like to make something where you make a thing. That would be really nice. So this I've really enjoyed this. I think this is one of the like um, more interesting game jam games I've played in recent memory, and yeah, really cool. So and this is actually like the last one for this session. So I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna zoom in here and put some more tree. Oh, it's getting placement. So yeah, like thanks for watching, and thanks for everyone that made a little game that I played because I've enjoyed them all. And I might do another one of these, but I'm really busy at the moment, so I probably won't, and I'll feel bad about it. But I'll try and get some more ratings out there. And if you've got the time, please rate my game. And I'll try. Anyone who rates me before the end, I will try my best to do a little video for you. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for watching.